Following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Floss Dentistry, Comtech, Wagner Auto, and Dakota Sprinkler.
That one is flown out towards center field. Elliott Life, a long run, dive, and he makes the catch! What a diving grab by Elliott Life out in center field.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by CHS River Plains, Kathy Sunshine Properties, True Green, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Gales Gas.
And Keenos will shoot that out towards the right center field gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Another run will come in to score. Keenos is going to try and get the second. The throw coming in is cut off by the second baseman. It's the second double of the game for Lincoln Keenos.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you on KCCR by AirTech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Birding Electric, and Shane's Pharmacy.
Post 8 will take game 2 by a complete game shutout for Jack Van Kim. A huge win for the Yates.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by Avera, Xander Auto Parts, Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Auto, Krueger Contracting, the Oahe YMCA, Bank West, and Fisher Rounds.
And Dean will launch it out to right field. That one's going to get out for a walk-off. 3-run homer. And Post 8 is off to Sunday. Third home run for Bennett Dean of the season.
With the call of today's baseball action, KCCR award-winning sports director John Winkler.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you here to the Veterans Classic in our third game of the weekend. A doubleheader here for Post 8 as they will take on this Fargo Post 400 team before then taking on, in the final game of the day today for Post 8, they'll take on Bellevue East in this somewhat doubleheader. It's not even a triangular. It's just 2 straight games for Post 8. They're looking for their first win of the season, and they're going to be doing so as they will have on the mound Jack Merkwan will make his season debut. We're ready for baseball, though, right away. We have no pregame show. This was scheduled for a 3 o'clock local time start. It is 2:40, so if you're turning on the KCCR expecting the pregame show, well, there is no pregame show here today. We are ready for baseball right now as George Staley will step to the plate. Matt Bryant, the pitcher, will deliver the first pitch, and it's taken for strike 1 as we're underway here at 2:40 local time. So that is 20 minutes earlier than what we were expecting to go. Quickly 0-2 here to George Staley from Matt Bryant. As we'll look for his numbers here, he's thrown 7 2/3 innings so far in 3 relief appearances, and Staley strikes out swinging on 3 pitches, and that is how we start the ball game. As Jaden Wiebe will come to the plate, we'll go through the order here first for the Eights, as it is Jaden Wiebe batting second. He's playing second base. Johnny Lyons, the third baseman, batting third. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, batting the cleanup spot. And Gary Nedved, the DH, batting fifth. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, batting sixth, as it will be a ground ball to the shortstop. And fielded, the throw is wide of first, and Jaden Wiebe will be on with a 1-out error. Though we charge to the shortstop. And on first base is Wiebe with Johnny Lyons coming to the plate. To finish out the order, Jed Zabel, the right fielder, batting 7th. Matthew Hanson, the shortstop, batting 8th. And Brecken Krueger will be the number 9 man playing center field. That is Easton Rarick, the shortstop that gets charged for the error. We can go around the horn defensively. You don't even have the full lineups written down. By the time I actually got a chance to sit down and get everything set up, we had to really get moving. So the first pitch to Johnny Lyons upstairs for ball 1. Again for Bryant, at 7 2/3 innings. He is 1-1 on the year. He's given 12 hits, 9 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Make it 4 strikeouts with the 3-pitch strikeout to George Staley to open up the ball game. He's hit 4 men, 8.272 ERA. Used to be 8.22 ERA. And then a whip of 1.67. As it counts now 2-1 here to Johnny Lyons. Batting in the 3 spot here for Post 8 in this ball game. Here's a 2-1 pitch. And Lions will pop that out towards right field. Going back on it's the right fielder, and it will be over his head and down for extra bases. Lions will stop at second. Wiebe had to hold up just a little bit longer. It turns into a 1-out double for Johnny Lyons, and Post 8 is in business here with 1 out and 2 on, both in score position for Bennett Dean. And Bennett Dean will have an opportunity to give Post 8 a quick lead. They have not scored since the first inning of Game 1, which was Thursday afternoon. They were shut out in a no-hit bid from Cheyenne yesterday in Bradley Feaser. They scored the first run of the ball game, and then they've been held scoreless since then. Now they have an opportunity. Bennett Dean, who had the RBI sac fly, will shoot that out towards left center field. That will be caught by the left fielder. Wiebe will tag. He will come in to score, and it will be a 1-0 lead. And the second RBI sac fly for Post 8. Both coming from Bennett Dean. And the 8s have a 1-0 lead with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. So the 2 RBIs that have been scored, or the runs that have been brought in, have both come from the bat of Bennett Dean. And he didn't even record a base hit in either of them, but he did his job by flying it out to the outfield for a sac fly. Gary Nedved, the DH, to the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And for the 8s looking to extend it with Nedved with a base hit, can score Lions. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss to Nedved. For Gary Nedved, as he's looking for a big opportunity here, and had all my stats ready to go, and of course, now I still got to get everything situated here. There's a ground ball left side, fielded by the third baseman. The throw to first is going to be in time, and that will end the inning. But the 8s do score a run. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After half inning, it's Pierre 1, Fargo nothing. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
As we welcome you back here, it is the bottom of the first. Post 8 with that 1-0 lead, and Jack Merquan is on the mound for the 8s, as he will try and pitch with the lead and give the 8s a 1-0 lead through the first inning. They led 1-0 after 2.5 over against Laramie before the Rangers end up scoring twice in the third and then 4 in the fifth. That's the only time that Post 8 has led. They led 1-0 until the bottom of the third inning. And so for the 8s, looking for much better output. And as we get along here through this doubleheader for Post 8, this game can mean something in terms of trying to be whatever seed you might be, whether it's 5 or 6, or maybe even potentially moving up to 4 if you pick up a win here and then pick up a win against Bellevue East. Here's a first pitch to the leadoff man, and Hasberger will drop it down. Merquan will field. The throw to first is not going to be in time. A leadoff bunt single for Hasbargen, and it will be a base hit. And the first hit goes straight to Fargo in 1 pitch. Colby Hanson, the third baseman, will step to the plate. It's Hasbargen, then Hanson, then Easton Rarick, Caden Graff, Hayden Crescent, Chayton Sen, Jake Jaroszewski, Eli Mack, and Grant Matter, the 9 hitters. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. The game against Bellevue East is, though, the one that you have to have if you don't want to be a 7 or 8 seed. If the 8s win that game against Bellevue East, both Miles City and Bellevue will be 0-4, where the 8s would be at least 1-3. That's out to the gap in left center field. That's down all the way out to the wall. Brecken Krueger cuts it off right at the top of the track. The runner's going to round third. He will come in to score. It's an RBI double for Colby Hanson. And it took 2 batters for the post 400 Stars to tie the ball game right back up. Took just 3 pitches to tie the ball game back up. And it's a RBI double for Colby Hanson, and it's now Easton Rarick. Rarick has been the best hitter for post 400 so far. They were no hits last game against Cheyenne. Cheyenne's got, out of their 4 wins, 2 no-hitters. They won 8-0 in through 6 innings. They scored that final 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch misses low for ball 1. But Rarick went 2 for 3 in game 1 against Miles City with 3 RBIs, hit a home run. Runner started to take off for third. Now Rarick will shoot out towards right center field. Moving over is Brecken Krueger. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag. The throw going over off the glove of Hanson. It looked like it went off the glove of Hanson, and the runner ends up at third base. So there's now 2 down, and a runner, or excuse me, 1 down, and the runner on third for Caden Graff, the first baseman. But Rarick's got 6 runs driven in. There are 3 games for post 400. Nobody's been anywhere close to that. As Caden Graff now will come to the plate. Graff went 2 for 3 and 3 for 3 in the first 2 games. He was a nice 5 for 6 before the no-hitter against them in the last game. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Runner on third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And a 1-1 tie, and the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. Here's the 1-0 from Merkwan. That one's flown out to center field. Brecken Krueger will backpedal. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag from third. He will score easily without a throw. And it's now a 2-0 lead. 2 productive outs from Fargo. A sac fly RBI. And a 2-1 lead for post 400. With 2 away as Hayden Krenzel will come to the plate with nobody on base. So Fargo is 2-1. And if Post State wins this game and the next one, they'll be 2-2 as well. And it would take another team at 2-2 to not automatically put Post State up above 3 separate teams. As that's taken for a strike, would put you up to 5th place at the best. And depending if you're tied with a couple other teams at 2-2, it might drop you down. Still might end up being at 6, depending on runs allowed per innings played. That one's over, and it's now 0-2 here to Hayden Cresson, the catcher. Cresson went 2 for 3 against Bellevue with 2 RBIs. He is batting .340 so far in the season. There's a chopper up over the middle. It'll be fielded by Wiebe behind second base. The throw will be wide, and then we're starting to round first, and we'll get back to the bag and end up being a 2-out air charge to Jaden Wiebe. Although that was a tough error to get because it looked like maybe Cresson was going to be on regardless. And I think the post 400 coach is looking to see if maybe they're going to have that ball maybe bounced off of somewhere that could have been out of play, but that netting goes all the way across. So it would have hit the netting and wouldn't have bounced out of play. But it would be a courtesy runner for Cresson with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. It will be Joe Fryer. First pitch over for strike 1 here to Jayden Sen, the right fielder. Sen is batting .262. He's had 69 plate appearances, 42 at-bats. Now, of course, you can not necessarily, but kind of add at-bats and plate appearances from the spring season to this Post-State squad. Outside of Hugh Merkwan's on the mound, Bennett Dean at first base. The only 2 guys that didn't get at bats prior to the summer season starting. Here's the 0-1. Another fly ball out towards right field. Coming in is Zabel. It's going to one hop. He's able to field it on the hop, but the runner will take third as he was off with contact with 2 outs. Third hit of the ball game. It's now first and third for Jake Jaroszewski. Jaroszewski. And he will come to the plate. Jaroszewski's batting .290. 4 runs driven in so far in the season, but he's got an opportunity to drive in a run. That was coming into this tournament. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Jaroszewski. Eli Mock and Grant Matter are on deck. George Stalley is out in left. Brecken Krueger in center and Jet Zabel in right. Johnny Lyons at third. Matt Hanson at short. Jane Wiebe at second. Bennett Dean at first. Grayson Hunsley behind the plate. As the runner takes off with a pitch, it was a pitch low. And taking second without a throw will be Sen. And now there's 2 runners in scoring position here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-1. Off the end of the bat, grounded foul over to the first base coaching box, and it's now 1-2. Yates are looking for their first win of the season, now 0-4, dropping the first 2 games here at the Veterans Classic. Here's a 1-2. There's a high chopper over to third base. Lyons will field in fair territory. A high throw, but stay on the bag is Dean to retire the side here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-run score on 3 hits in the inning, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. A lot of action in that first inning, and it's a 2-1 lead for Post 400 after 1. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Milwaukee Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Krueger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Krueger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
6, 7, 8 here for the Eights, as it will be Grayson Hunsley to lead things off, followed by Jet Zabel and Matthew Hanson. Anybody reaches base, it'll be to the number 9 man in Brecken Krueger, the center fielder. Post 8 now down 2-1 with a RBI double and a sac fly RBI. Hunsley will swing at the first pitch and ground to the shortstop Rarick. His throw to first is going to be in time, and 1 pitch and 1 out to open up the top of the second inning. Here is Jet Zabel. Zabel in the game yesterday against Laramie went 0 for 2. And then against Cheyenne, they obviously went 0 for. Everybody went 0 for against Cheyenne yesterday. First pitch taken for strike 1. Zabel went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Not a whole lot of hits here at the Veterans Classic so far for the Eights, but they have 2 so far in that first inning. That one will bounce in, and it's now 1-1. Here from the pitcher Matt Bryant to Jet Zabel. Bennett Dean will be the starter in game number 2 of the day against Bellevue East. Here's the 1-1. That one will miss inside, and it's now 2-1. And for Post State, again, this is a game where not necessarily it does matter, but if you go pick up a win against Bellevue, you will not be playing in the 8 o'clock game tomorrow, which will be 9 o'clock Central Time. You'll be playing the 10:30, 11:30 Central Time game as either the 6 or 5 seed As Zabel in the 3-1 out to the left side. Down the line, it's going to drop in for a base hit. It's going to go all the way in the corner. It'll be a stand-up double for Jet Zabel with 1 out. And the Eights are back in business. Base hit. Can tie this ball game up as Matthew Hanson will come to the plate. Hanson went 0 for 1 yesterday. He and Connor Bruce only had 1 plate appearance. In the 5-inning, 9-0 loss to Cheyenne because Feeser was 1 above the minimum. Dean reached on air and Bruce was hit by a pitch. Connor Bruce was picked off at first base, so only 1 man was stranded in the entire ball game. First pitch misses inside for ball 1 to Matthew Hanson. Against the Laramie Rangers, you can find that sheet here real quick. He went to 0 for 3, got into a inning double play, and one of those 2 groundouts with a strikeout. There's a line shot. That's down for a base to the right side. Zabel will stop 90 feet farther along. He's at first and third now with 1 down, and it will bring up Brecken Krueger. He has the opportunity to make this a 2-2 ball game. 4 hits now for Post State. Excuse me, 3 hits now for Post State. So Zabel leads away from third. Hanson at first. Here's Brecken Krueger. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Top of the order, George Stalley is on deck. So far for Post State, they had 4 hits in that first game. And a late swing and off the handle by Krueger, and the counts even at a ball and strike. They've got 7 hits so far in the tournament. And that includes this game right here with the 3 hits that they have so far in an inning and a third. Listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Pickoff attempt and back in safely as Hanson. 2-1 here as we play in the top of the second. Fargo post 400 Stars. Picked up an RBI double and a sac fly in the bottom of the first after Bennett Dean's RBI sac fly in the top of the first to give the Stars a 2-1 lead. Counts 1-2 now to Brecken Krueger. You're joining us now for first pitch. Well, we started that, so we got first pitch at 3:40 Central Time. There's a ground ball up the middle, sliding stop, backhand flip for 1. No chance to get the other man at first base. Krueger was flying down the first base line. So it'll be an RBI fielder's choice for Brecken Krueger. We are tied up 2-2. But a good sliding stop by the second baseman Matter. And Rarick was wise to hold on to it because there was no chance to get Krueger. So we are tied back 2-2. And like to see that the Eights are swinging the bat. Here's George Stalley, who did strike out swinging. But it's fun to see them swing the bats early on in the ball game. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. You don't have to be overly aggressive. Try and swing out of your shoes every pitch and expand the strike zone. But pitch is in the zone, go ahead and take a hack at it. First pitch is, here's going to be the 1-0 is fouled out of play. It's now 1-1. A lot of times you see that first pitch is the best pitch you see. And the pitcher's trying to get ahead in the count. Well, you like to see plenty of pitches, but sometimes you don't need to. Ryder takes off. There's a ground ball that hits Brecken Krueger on the line. Krueger was stealing second, and Stalley was going to rope that into right field, but with Krueger not looking, heading for second base, he ends up getting hit by the ball, and it ends the inning. So we head to the bottom of the second. We are tied 2-2. You listen to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second, and the first pitch is grounded back to Jack Merkwan. The throw to first is going to be in time, so there's one pitch and one out to open things up here in the bottom of the second inning as Eli Mock grounds out to Merkwan. And here's now Grant Matter with one down and nobody on in the bottom of the second. Matter, the second baseman, he is looking for his, well, he's got plenty of hits so far. He's batting .250 though. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. 9 hits, all singles, 5 runs driven in. As the count is 1-0 here to Grant Matter. 9 and then 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Matter, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Again, Post State will play Bellevue after this one, so you can keep it here on KCCR. We will end the live stream whenever the game is over and get the next game started. 1-1 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 1-2. If you stick with us on KCCR and just kind of hang around, wait for that second game to get up and rolling, we'll have that second game for you here on at KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. There's a line shot just over the glove of Johnny Lyons. And it's a one-out base hit for Matter. That's the fourth hit of the ball game now for Fargo Post 400. Hasbargen will come to the plate. He singled and then came around to score on the RBI double from Colby Hanson, who is on deck. So 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the first pitch from Merkwan. Started to show bunt, pulls it back and taking high for ball one. Jack Merkwan last year for this Post State team threw just 3 innings, an ERA of 2.33 and a whip of 1.33. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run, and it was earned in those 3 innings of work. As that one's over for a strike, and it's now 1-1. And he did not play this spring. He decided to focus solely on track, and now he's back here, and he is a welcomed member to this Post State team. Here's a 1-1. That one's fouled out of play, and it's now 1-2. Again, if Post State would lose against Bellevue East, it would turn into, I think they would still end up being the 7th seed anyway because they'd be 1-3 if they get the win here. And runner takes off for second, steals it without a throw. As he took off on the late kick from Merkwan, it was taken high for a ball, and the count's now 2-2. So Matter is in scoring position here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Here's a 2-2. Upstairs now 3-2. But if Post State beats Bellevue, regardless of the outcome of this one, they beat Bellevue East, the worst they finish is 6th place. 3-2 pitch. That one is floated into right field. That will get down for a base hit. Down the line, a run will come in to score. The throw coming to the plate off the glove of Dean, trying to cut it off. But it was not going to be, there was no chance of getting that runner trying to score. And it's now a 3-2 lead here for Fargo. Back-to-back singles. And now here's Colby Hanson. So a 3-2 lead here at the bottom of the second. Colby Hanson has already got an RBI double. Number 2 hitter here for Fargo. Showing bunt, pulls it back. Runner takes off. The throw to second. Not going to be in time. Another stolen base. This one for Hasbargen. Hanson batting .212 so far on the season. He has picked up his 3rd RBI with that double in his first at bat in the bottom of the first inning. Swings and fouls that one back, and it's now 1-1. He followed by Easton Rarick and then Caden Graff. With a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the second. Runs have scored in each half inning so far this ball game. There's a 1-1. And that one's out to right field. Jet Zabel comes in on it. He'll make the catch. Runner will bluff the tag. There's now 2 down. And we'll bring up Easton Rarick. Rarick's 0 for 1. He flew out to Krueger, who was fairly busy out in center field in the first inning. He had to cut off the Hanson double. Caught Rarick's fly ball. Got the sac fly RBI from Graff. He had 3 straight baseballs hit out to him. So Easton Rarick looking to pick up maybe RBI number 7 of this tournament. Here's the first pitch from Jack Merquan. Off speed that didn't break. Stayed above the zone, and it's 1-0. 3 RBIs in the first game, another 3 in the second game. They were shut out in game number 3 of this tournament for Fargo. That one's on the outside edge, and it's now 1-1. Hit a home run and also a double. So he has gotten some extra base hits in a third of and half of his hits so far. Here's a 1-1. There's a ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit. That should drive in another run. Krueger will come up. He will fire it back in. Benedine will cut it off. It's now a 4-2 ball game. And the first single of the tournament of the game for Rarick, and his 7th RBI of the tournament. And it's now a 4-2 lead. And here's Caden Graff, sac fly RBI. In the bottom of the first, 7 men came to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. This will be the 6th man to come to the plate here in this half inning. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Caden Graff. Graff came in, still looking for his first hit he came into the tournament looking for his first hit. He was 0 for 3 on the season. Upstairs, and it's now 1-1. In the cleanup spot, he's done pretty good. He was 5 for 6 prior to the game against Cheyenne, who they just fell to 8-0. Cheyenne went 4-0. They are playing in either the first or second spot. A pickoff attempt and diving back in safely is Rarick. The only way they're not first place is if Post 22 wins their game against Mitchell and then turns into runs allowed per innings played. Here's a ground ball, softly hit. Matthew Hanson will come in charge. The throw to first is a low one, but Benedine is there to make the play, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the second. Another 2-run score on 3 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We've played 2 here at the Fitz at the Veterans Classic. It's a 4-2 lead for Fargo Post 400 over Pierre. You listen to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
It is the top of the third inning, and the Eights are down 4-2. Joe Winkler here on this Saturday afternoon. Spencer Kelly back at the station, technical producer for this doubleheader. Jaden Wiebe, Johnny Lyons, and Bennett Dean, 2, 3, and 4 here for the Eights. As Pierre looks to rally its way back again. They have scored a run in each of the 2 innings, which is a good start. However, they've allowed 2 runs in each of the 2 innings for Fargo Post 400. As the first pitch is bouncing in for ball 1. Wiebe reached on an error in his first trip to the plate. He's hit the ball well over this weekend. Counts now 2-0. Although some of the hard-hit balls and just haven't been able to find the turf. Here's a ground ball that is fouled down the third base line, so it's now 2-1. Just the way that the game of baseball is, why it's a great game but also a frustrating game. Hit the ball well and still can't buy a hit. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one misses low and outside. The count's now 3-1. And Wiebe's looking to be the first leadoff man to reach base for Post 8 in this ball game. 3-1 pitch. Wiebe will shoot that out towards center field. Going back on the center fielder. It's over his head. It's going to get a 2-hop off the wall. It's actually going to go over the top of the wall. And it will be a ground roll double for Jaden Wiebe. And the turf helped that one bounce over the fence. Those are those high hoppers that the turf can give you when you're playing in the outfield. But Wiebe's got a double. Would have had a triple to lead off the inning. But that one helps Fargo. Now Johnny Lyons. He thought maybe he would have an opportunity of just a fly ball to get the job done with the runner on third. Instead, he's got that runner on second here with nobody out in the top of the third inning. Here's the first pitch from Bryant upstairs for ball 1 to Lyons. Lyons did double his first trip to the plate. So if he replicates that one, he will get the RBI to make it a 4-3 ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Lyons will pop that one foul and out of play on the right side. And it's now 1-1. There's just 3 games left to go, including this one of the Veterans Classic pool play here at the Fitz. The Hard Hats and Mitchell will play the final game after we're done with our 2 games here. That one's fouled back again by Lyons, and the count's now 1-2. Bellevue East, they are 0-3 so far. Miles City, Utah went 0-4. That's why I said if you win the game against Bellevue East, you're not playing the 8:30 game because there's 2 0-4 teams, while Pierre would be at least 1-3. But if you win this one and lose the next one, you're 1-3 along with Bellevue, and it goes head-to-head record, which would give Bellevue the opportunity. So really, this game comes down to potentially helping you move up the standings but not move out of the time slot quite yet. That one's popped up. Back at second base behind the bag. Matter will go back to make the catch, and there's now 1 down here in the top of the third inning. And we'll bring up Bennett Dean, who's got the RBI sac fly back in the first. Before it was the RBI fielder's choice from Brecken Krueger, who picked up just the only other RBI that wasn't off the bat of Bennett Dean. So Wiebe's still at second base. 1 out here at the top of the third. Here's the first pitch. And Dean shoots that out towards center field. Going back on it, it's going to hang up with enough time. Catch is made by the center fielder, Hasbargen. Wiebe will easily take third base. So Dean shot the ball out towards the outfield twice. He's moved the runner both times. This one, though, he doesn't get credit for the sac fly. So there's 2 down, and bring up Gary Nedved. You get credit for a sacrifice fly only if a run scores. Well, it goes down as a quality at bat because you move the runner across from second to third. It does go against your batting average. Here's Nedved. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Nedved is 0 for 4, the ground out to the third baseman in Hanson. Here's a 1-0. That one will bounce in. Good block by the catcher, Crescent. And it's now a 2-0 count. A's trying to get their third run across as they trail at 4-2 right now here in the top of the third inning with 2 outs. 2-0. That one's shot down the right field line, and it will be out of play. The count goes to 2-1. Here is the 2-1. Nedved swings and misses on a pitch that was in on the hands. Just one strikeout so far from Bryant. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 3-2. He struck out the leadoff man, Stalley. And every other ball has been put into play by Post State. No walks issued yet from Bryant. Here's a 3-2. And Nedved puts that one in play, fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. And able to get around a leadoff double from Jaden Weeby. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 2.5, it's a 4-2 lead still for Fargo over Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here at the bottom of the third inning, and Post State's down 4-2 as the rain is falling here at the Fitz, or at least it was falling here at the Fitz. Try and lighten the picture up for you if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I think maybe the rain has subsided for now. And again, with it being a turf field, all turf field, the only thing you worry about outside of a heavy downpour is lightning. You're not even worried about a storm the night before to make it unplayable. It is all just, it's all ready to roll by the time you get to the ballpark the next day. As it counts 1-1 here to Hayden Crescent, the catcher, to lead things off. 5, 6, and 7, Crescent, Sen, and Jaroszewski. Here's the 1-1 from Merkwan to Crescent. That one's outside. It's now 2-1. And for Post State, they don't have a lot of guys on the bench. Connor Bruce and Spencer Lettler are the 2 guys on the bench for the Eights here today. 2-1 misses, and it's now 3-1. Jackson Edmond not here. Spencer Easland not here. And for Edmond and Easland, both guys probably just pitched for the Eights. As that one is skied towards right center field. Going back on it, Brecken Krueger is able to make the catch on the run. Fantastic play from Krueger out in the right center field. Long way to run for it. He's able to retire. Crescent to lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Able to reach out in the last second to make the grab. Now here's Chayton Sen. Sen singled, stole second, and was stranded at second base. Back in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch. Here's a line shot. That one will get down and will get out towards the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Turf kept that one moving. Rounding second, heading for third, not breaking stride. And it will be a one-out stand-up triple for Cheaton Sen. And scoring position right away here for Fargo Post 400 with one down. Jake Jaroszewski will come to the plate. So Jaroszewski, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out, 5-3. I'm pretty sure I said his name about 4 different ways in the last 4 times I've said it, but he will come to the plate with an RBI opportunity. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Hit the ball down the third baseline to Johnny Lyons. Back to the turf. If you get the lightning, you have to get a delay, but rain really of any kind other than a heavy downpour where you just can't see, as that one's over for strike one to Jaroszewski. Outside of those 2 factors, you can play through anything. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt or off the turf. And the count's now 0-2. All the 8's faithful have moved back underneath the canopy. There is the first section of all those rows of the first section there is uncovered. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Climbing the ladder and fouling it away is Jaroszewski, and it's still 0-2. The blue seats here at the Fitz don't have any cover to them. The red bleachers, most of the red bleachers don't have any cover. And then the red stadium seats are all well within cover. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit, and it's now a 5-2 ball game. And Fargo just continues to hit the baseball. An RBI single, and it's now 5-2 with one out in the bottom of the third. And here's Eli Mock, who grounded back to Merkwan to start the bottom of the second inning. The leadoff man was retired in the second and third, but runs have still scored anyway for the Stars. Runner takes off, taken for a strike. The throw to second, sliding in safely is Mock. And they continue to run on the duo of Merkwan and Hunsley. The count is 0-1, 8 hits so far for Post 400 through 2 1/3 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's upstairs. It's now 1-1. And I want to preface it by saying, too, that Jack Merkwan's not pitching bad. No walks. He doesn't have a strikeout, though, either. He has not walked anybody. Everybody's earned their way on. Just 1 error so far for Post 8. Counts now 2-1. So Merkwan's been around the strike zone and is getting some fly balls. I mean, there's a couple of lazy pop-ups that fell in a no man's land. That one's upstairs. It's now 3-1. He's giving up a double and a triple. So just 2 extra base hits of the 8. Here's a 3-1. Good hitter's count. Taken for a strike, and it's now 3-2. Eli Mock thought he walked. Instead have to dig back in with a full count and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Going down and popping it up right on top of the mound, and Jack Merkwan will make the catch. And there's 2 away. I mean, that ball, couldn't place that ball any better than what Mock did on that pop-up. Merkwan was basically where he finished on the delivery. He kind of shuffled his feet a little bit, make sure he was underneath it, but he could have stood still and made the catch. So now there's 2 down for Grant Matter. First pitch to Matter is upstairs for ball 1. He singled, stole second, and then came around to score on the RBI single from Hasbargen. Runner on second with 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled back and out of play, and we'll do it here now at 1-1. For the Eights in the top of the fourth, they'll have 6, 7, and 8. Hunsley, Zabel, and Hanson. Down by at least 3. One. Runner takes off, throw to third, nearly sliding past the bag. It was taken for a strike. Hunsley's throw was just a tad high, but the steal and the slide from Jaroszewski almost pushed him over the bag, where he was almost tagged out for the third out. Well, the count is now 1-2. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Jack Merkwan's got his first strikeout of the ball game, and he retires his side. No runs, or excuse me, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 3 completes, Fargo leads it 5-2 over Pierre. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Verdict Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdict Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdict Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdict Electric, 224-8684.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-a-later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-a-later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-a-later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Top of the fourth inning, and Post 8 down 5-2. As it will be Grayson Hunsley, Jet Zabel, and Matthew Hanson to lead things off. The Eights were able to get their best defensive inning, allowing just 1 run. First pitch misses for ball 1, but they were held without a run in the top of the third inning. After scoring 1 the first and 1 the second, here's a 1-0 pitch. That one's at the knees, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Here's a 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, but it's stabbed by the pitcher. And Bryant throws to Graff, and the leadoff man retired here at the top of the fourth. And it brings up Jet Zabel, who doubled and came around to score on the Brecken Krueger fielder's choice. Back in the top of the second. These first 3 to 4 hitters all were how they started out, with Hunsley leading things off in the second, and then Zabel coming up with 1 out and nobody on. So we'll see if Zabel can also do the same thing. Here's a 1-0 pitch. One misses inside. It's now 2-0. Texas State, they were with a win yesterday, taking on Stanford tonight. 8 o'clock first pitch. 2-0 pitch is on the outside edge. It's now 2-1. So they are trying to put themselves into the regional championship game with a win over Stanford. 2-1 pitches upstairs, and it's now 3-1. If they do win, they'll play the then winner of Stanford against either UC Santa Barbara. And I cannot think of the other team. There's the first walk that's issued of the ball game. That will go for a 1-out walk, and it brings up Matthew Hanson. But if Texas State does win, they're in the championship game and would await the winner of another elimination game. But if they do lose, they're going to play again tomorrow, win that one, then beat Stanford again in the second game, and then have to come back on Monday and beat Stanford one more time in Game 7 of the regional round to advance to the Super Regionals. But it was a good start for the Texas State Bobcats. 1-0 pitch to Hanson. He'll pop that one up to the right side, coming in, making the catch as the right fielder and sent, and there's now 2 down. And we'll bring up Brecken Krueger. Hanson now 1 for 2. Binghamton is the other team. Thanks to our board op, technical producer Spencer Kelly to get that info over to me. And Binghamton is, they lost to Stanford yesterday afternoon. Here's the first pitch. Krueger going to try and bunt his way on, but he bunts it right back to the pitcher. The throw to first is going to be in time, and that will retire the side. So Krueger trying to find his way on with 2 outs, but instead will ground out, 2 ground outs to the pitcher in the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th, and Post State down 5-2 to Fargo. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game. I know, my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call. That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game. You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Back here, bottom of the 4th inning, Post State's down 5-2. As it'll be the leadoff man to open things up. And we'll have a pinch hitter. Matt Nelson will be hitting in place of Hasbargen, the center fielder. So you're getting Nelson in the ball game. And for Matt Nelson, he is looking for his first hit. He came into the tournament just 0 for 1 with 2 plate appearances. He did draw a walk. So he will lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch is over for strike 1. We'll see for Hasbargen if that was, hopefully that's nothing more than just trying to get some guys at bats throughout this tournament. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as Nelson was well in front of that off-speed pitch. Good breaking ball there from Merquan. This counts now 0-2. Colby Hanson and Easton Rarick. First 3 hitters, 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Here's the 0-2. Outside. It's now 1-2, trying to get Nelson to chase. Merquan from the windup. Here's the 1-2. Another off-speed pitch that was tapped foul. Just getting a piece of it on a half swing there was Nelson. So it remains at 1-2 here with the leadoff man in the bottom of the 4th inning. Both states will take on Bellevue East in the second game of our doubleheader. And again, the way the timing was set up, this game was scheduled to start at 4 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Mountain Time. So in regards of the schedule, we're only 36 minutes into this ball game. Otherwise, we're more than an hour or almost an hour into this ball game. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one's foul off the foot of Nelson. So we'll do it again here at 2-2. So I don't know if that means when we get back up to the next game, which is scheduled for 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 Mountain Time. What exactly if we're going to move things up to maybe playing it at the top of the hour instead of the bottom of the hour. That one's fouled out of play. And when you look at the weather, yeah, there's some rain that came through. A little bit of rain that continued to come through. And I guess maybe a potential of a thunderstorm here over the next 2 hours. Check out the radar and see if there's a potential of maybe Again, lightning would be the only thing that delays us. That one just missing outside. It's now 3-2. There is some rain out to our west, but doesn't look like it's moving. It's moving, but not look like it's getting closer to being here. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Wiebe goes in the turf in the outfield, slides, and it goes off of him. And it will be a base hit for Matt Nelson, who had a really good battle against Jack Merquan. Well, there's the scoreboard's got Jaden Wiebe. They got an error put up there, but there's no possible way that's an error. That is very, very tough scoring to give him an error. Wiebe probably thinks he should have had it, but there is no chance on a diving play that you give someone, or a sliding play that you give someone an error. First pitch is swung out to center field. Catch will be made by Brecken Krueger off of Colby Hanson. There's now one down here in the bottom of the fourth. And now here's Easton Rarick. And Easton Rarick, he is 1 for 2 with an RBI. 7 runs driven in so far. For Rarick, through just 3.5 games now. Had 3 RBIs in game 1, 3 in game number 2, and so far 1 here in their 4th game of the tournament. Pickoff attempt and back in safely is the runner at first, and Matt Nelson. Here's the first pitch now to Rarick. That one misses inside for ball 1. And for Jack Merquan, you don't even say that he struggled to settle in, because while he's got just 1 strikeout, he has no walks so far. So he pitched number 68 of the day. That's high and outside. It's now 2-0. He's given up those 9 hits. All 5 runs have been earned. 1 strikeout so far for Jack Merquan. Here's a 2-0 from Merquan to Rarick. That one's outside. It's now 3-0, and now Merquan's in danger of walking his first man. 5-2 here our score. Fargo leading in the bottom of the 4th. 9 hits for the Stars. 5 for Post State. That one, it misses upstairs, and it is the first walk issued by Merquan, a 4-pitch walk. And his first and second here with 1 out. And Coach Brian White will make his way out to talk with the pitcher, but White had to wait until the runner got to first base, who was quite literally, he was walking to first. He did walk, and he did walk to first base. The home plate umpire ended up calling out and telling him to just get down to first so he can call time and have Coach White go out there and talk with him. There's no activity in the right field bullpen right now for Post State, and again, the only 2 guys that can be out in the bullpen, or I guess there's 3 guys. You can have Nedved, Lettler, and Bruce. So the only 3 guys that are sitting on the bench right now, and Nedved is the DH in the ball game. So if they do, outside of throwing Nedved, I don't think Bruce or Lettler will throw. So they would have to go with somebody on the field right now, and they would probably keep Jack Merquan to the outfield, which would put Nedved out of the ball game and Merquan into the order in Nedved's spot. Here's the first pitch to Caden Grant. That one will be foul tip off the plate. And so 1. Graf is 0 for 1 with a sac fly RBI. He gave Fargo a 2-1 lead, which they have held on to since. It's a 5-2 score right now for the post 400 Stars. 0-1 is taken for a strike, and the count is now 0-2. But a ground ball can get you out of this inning and get the first 0 of the day for Merquan. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one just barely getting a piece of it was Graff. And he stays alive at 0-2. The pitch that was well off the plate. Nearly finding its way into the turf, but Caden Graff was able to get a piece of it. The count remains at 0-2. With one out, runners at first and second. 0-2 pitch. Fastball that's popped up on the infield. Jaden Wiebe will go back into the outfield, makes the catch. And there's now 2 down. No infield fly rule called because the way that Wiebe got over to it while there's just a couple steps in the outfield turf, he did not get underneath it, and it wasn't necessarily a routine catch to make. So there's 2 down. Hayden Crescent, the catcher, will come to the plate. And again, they call the infield fly, and sometimes you call it when you're out in the outfield, is because you settle underneath it and it becomes a routine catch for the infielder. There's a ground ball right side. Wiebe will dive for it, and there's no chance. The throw coming all the way to the plate. The runner tried to score, and Hunsley got him. What a diving play by Jaden Wiebe out in the grass, and to stay with the play, Benedine went over to it, so he wasn't able to get to the bag on time, and the runner from second, Nelson, rounded third and tried to score, and Wiebe fired a strike in to get him and retire the side. No run score in the inning for post 400 Fargo. It's still a 5-2 lead for the Stars after 4 innings. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Top of the 5th inning, and Post State down 5-2. If you're keeping score at home on that last play, it goes down as a base hit for Crescent. But then Nelson's retired 4-2 on the putout. So in that inning, Fargo went no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Here's George Stalley. He waits for the first pitch from Brian. That's over for strike 1. To go to George Stalley now. Also, if you're keeping score at home, didn't really make a mention of it. Stalley gets credit for a base hit because the ball was, I guess no, maybe he ends up gets called for a fielder's choice. So he's on base, but he doesn't get the base hit. There's a line shot. There is a base hit for George Stalley. And the leadoff man on base to kick off the top of the 5th here for the Eights, down by 3. And here's now Jaden Wiebe. And it ends up being a fielder's choice that's for George Stalley. So he is now 1 for 3. And I'd say fielder's choice back to the top of the 2nd when the ball went off of Brecken Krueger on the way to 2nd. Counts 0-1 here to Wiebe. The 0-1 pitch is dropping in right down the middle on a breaking ball, and it's now 0-2. here to the 8th second baseman. 0-2 pitch. That one's popped up. That'll be fouled out of play. And it will remain at 0-2. Like maybe the rain has started back up again. There's a couple of, it looks like maybe there's some rain falling. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Brian will throw to second. The shortstop was over there, got the foot down, fired to first. It's a 1-6-3 double play. And what a turn that was by Rarick at short. And there's now 2 down. I mean, Rarick had to, a great throw from the pitcher and Bryant, because Bryant didn't throw it to the shortstop. He threw it to the bag where Rarick was coming in as Johnny Lyons takes strike 1. And because Rarick was able to just run to the bag, make the catch, put his foot down the bag, sidestep, and throw the ball to first to get the double play. Here's a slow roller for the third baseman. That's not going to be in time. Johnny Lyons hustling down the line, beats it out for an infield single. Second hit of the inning, but there's only 1 on and 2 outs now as they'll bring up Bennett Dean, who is 0 for 1 with a sac fly RBI. And a couple of plays where you just got to tip the cap. I think Jaden Wiebe, who robbed a run scoring in the bottom of the 4th, was robbed of at least a fielder's choice here in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Dean. He swings and fouls that one back to the netting, and it's 0-1. Dean's done a good job of putting the ball in play for Post State. Well, maybe the hits aren't there quite yet. He's got a couple sac fly RBIs. I think he's got 3 already here in this being the 5th game of the season. And counts now 0-2 as he fouls that one back to the netting. Lions will lead away from first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Dean will pop that one up, foul. Will it stay in play? Out to the netting and just barely getting out of play. A play made by a fan that unable to see. He was able to make the play. The count remains at 0-2. Got a screen down here and possible to look out of the crowd. 0-2 pitch. That one's popped foul. That will get out of play again. And that will roll its way down and stay on top of the awning of the concession stand. Here's the 0-2 pitch another time. And Dean will rip that one down the right field line. That's down for a base hit. And it's first and second. Good job there by Bennett Dean, as he continued to foul off 2-strike pitch after 2-strike pitch, and he picks up his first hit. And it's now first and second here with 2 down, and it brings up Gary Nedved, who's 0 for 2. Third hit of the inning. 8 hits now in the ball game for Post State. But it's only first and second here with 2 away, and Post State trying to claw their way back. First pitch, swing and a miss by Nedved. Lions leads away from second. Dean will lead away from first. Here's the 0-1 to Nedved. A long pause. Taken for a strike. Throw back to second. Diving back in safely is Lions without a tag. So the count goes to 0-2 now. Oh and 2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Brian delivers the 0-2. Curveball that Nedved puts into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Lions will be waved around third. The throw coming in, cut off by the first baseman. No throw of the plates. And Gary Nedved's got a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single. And Post State's back down within 2. Third straight hit now by Pierre. And there's Grayson Hunsley, who's 0 for 2. 9 hits now in the game for the Eights. Regardless of a win or a loss, and now we're going to get time called, and we'll see if maybe This will be the end of the line for Bryant. But regardless of a win-loss here, it's just good to see Post State putting together good quality at-bats, hitting the ball. One strikeout so far for Bryant. They've put the ball in play. He still doesn't have a walk that's been issued. Actually, he has one walk that's just issued. Jet Zabel drew a walk. But other than that, Post State has put the ball in play. Just one strikeout, one walk for Bryant, who will stay in the ball game. And for the Eights, that's a moral victory. And in June 4th, you're okay with some moral victories, because that can lead down the way for some real victories at the end of July. On July 4th, maybe moral victories aren't so much a good thing anymore. But in June 4th, you'll take them. Time is called as Hunsley will back away and get reset. Dean's on at second, Nedved at first. Here's the first pitch to Hunsley. He'll swing and foul that one out of play on the right side. And it's 0-1. Hunsley ground out to the shortstop and grounded back to the pitcher in his 2 trips to the plate so far. Here's the 0-1. That one will bounce in. It's now 1-1. And the coach for Fargo Post 400. Not sure did not hear exactly what he was yelling, but he was, I think, trying to tell those guys to hurry up and get loose. There's a swing and a miss by Hunsley, and the count's now 1-2. A base hit could score Dean to pull the Eights within 1. Down 5-3 here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good block there by Crescent. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some deuces are wild here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 pitch upcoming from Bryant to Hunsley. Popped foul. We'll do it another time. That one's out of play behind home plate. So Dean will lead away from second again. Nedved at first. Bryant, the 2-2 pitch. With 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Hunsley looks at it for ball 3 outside, and now everybody will get a head start. So a full count pitch and a ball in the gap, well, might tie the ball game up. Jet Zabel awaits on deck. 3-2 pitch. Hunsley pops it up foul, and it will land on top of the press box. So it stays at 3-2. Another opportunity for the runners to get a head start. Here's the payoff pitch from Bryant to Hunsley. But first, Bryant will step off and reset. Now will come set again. Here's the 3-2. Hunsley ground ball back to Bryant again. He's able to stab it, throw to first, and retire Hunsley to end the inning. 1 run does score on 4 hits of the inning, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 5-3. Fargo leads over Pierre. Listen to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
If you're in the market for a new home Call my mom or grandma, Kathy. Sunshine Properties is my mom and my grandma.
When you're ready to buy or sell, rely on us, Kathy Sunshine Properties. We'll help you to buy or sell with confidence. When you're out and about, stop and see us at our new location on the corner of Capitol and Central here in Pierre.
Bottom of the fifth inning, and Post 8's down 5-2. And Brecken Krueger will come on to pitch now for the Eights. Jack Merkwan will go out to center field, and he will be in the batting order in place of Gary Nedved. So it will be now Krueger on the mound, and for Brecken Krueger this spring, had 11 innings pitched and 4 relief appearances, went 1-0. His best outing came in while the circumstance wasn't the best that he came into, because Spencer Easton was hit by a comebacker and ended up coming out of the ball game. Krueger came in and threw really well and picked up that win. 10 runs, 7 earned runs, 4.45 ERA, and a 1.72 whip on the season for Krueger in the spring. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Jaden Sen. 6, 7, and 8. Jaroszewski and Mack, the next 2 hitters. It's now 2-0 here to Sen, who is 2 for 2, single and a triple. And his 2 trips to the plate so far. Here's the 1-1 on the outside, or 2-0 on the outside edge, and now 2-1 here to Sen. In action, the left field bullpen for this Fargo Post 400 team. 2-1 pitch will miss low, and it's now 3-1. And trying to keep track of the weather and see, and the rain looks like it's just kind of sitting still. No movement on that rain to the west of us. There's a ground ball off the end of the bat on a 3-1 pitch that goes right back to Krueger, and the leadoff man retired to open things up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here's Jaroszewski, who is 1 for 2. RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Instead, we will have a pinch hitter, and it'll be Joby Fryer. He was the courtesy runner for Crescent earlier in the ball game when Crescent reached base on the error in the bottom of the 1st. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Here's the first pitch. That is popped up in the left side. Long run for George Stalley. He'll come in to make the catch, though. And there's now 2 down. So Fryer took no time in swinging at the first pitch that he saw, and he popped it out on the left side. And how's Eli Mack, who is 0 for 2. The DH here for Fargo, he's 0 for 2. Ground out back to Merkwan on the mound, and then he also popped out to Merkwan. And now he'll fly out to Merkwan in center field, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Brecken Krueger. We head to the top of the 6th. Post 8 still down 5-3. Listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you, are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
It is the top of the 6th inning, and a new man on the mound for this Fargo Post 400 squad. As for Fargo, it'll be Carson Barta. And Barta will have the opportunity to try and close this one out here in the 6th and 7th, but for Post State, maybe take advantage of a new pitcher. Matt Bryant threw really well. We can give you totals for both of these starting pitchers, as Jet Zabel, Matthew Hanson, and Brecken Krueger, 7, 8, and 9, will be the first 3 men to face Barta. On the season so far for Carson Barta, throwing 17 in the 3rd innings. All of his appearances have been in relief. He is 3 and 2 with a save in his only opportunity. 13 hits, 12 runs. Only 2 of the 12 runs are earned for Barta, so he has not got a lot of defensive help. 23 strikeouts, 8 walks. He has hit 1 man. An ERA of 0.81 and a whip of 1.21. So while he is a tough guy to crack, but his defense hasn't really helped him out too much. 10 unearned runs of the 12 that he's allowed so far in the season. So Jet Zabel will be the first one to greet him. He is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. That was the only walk that was issued by Matt Bryant in the entire ball game. And Zabel swings to the first pitch and pops it up foul and out of play for strike 1. So for Matt Bryant, he went 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned, 8 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Count as 1-1 here to Zabel. For Jack Merquan, he went 4 innings, as Zabel will ground that one to the second baseman in Matter, and the throw to first will retire Zabel. The leadoff man is gone here in the top of the 6th inning. But Merquan gave up 10 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 5 runs, all of them earned for Jack Merquan in his season debut. A lot of hits allowed, but only 1 walk. And there is several balls that were hit hard against Merquan. There was, there was nothing that was hit hard at all against Merquan, but for the most part, there wasn't a whole lot of hard hit baseballs of the 10 hits. Some were some seeing eye singles, a couple bloopers that dropped into no man's land. Counts 1-1 here to Matt Hanson. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Was retired on a fielder's choice. Now 2-1 the count. Here to Matthew Hanson. We'll be playing football again here, I believe, is it next weekend on the 11th, playing in the All-Star game. 2-1 pitch. That one's floated into center field. There we go. There's a base hit for Matt Hanson. That'll float in. Hanson took a hard round at first base, and he will stop at first with a 1-out single. There's a ball that just falls in where Hanson probably says, well, I didn't hit the ball very hard, which is true, but also true as a base hit. And the box score looks like he hit a frozen rope. And now here's Brecken Krueger. Drove in 1 of the 3 runs so far in the RBI fielder's choice. He bunted his way, tried to bunt his way on base, and ended up bunting back to the pitcher, who was retired in his other trip to the plate. So he's 0 for 2 so far with an RBI. First pitch misses for ball 1. Pickoff attempt and back in safely is Hanson. And you can go to kccrradio.com and pull up the story of here from Coach Steve Steele talking about Matt Hanson being able to play in the All-Star game. Krueger will ground that one left side, but it will take a hop in foul territory. So the count is now 1-1. And the English kept that one from being a ground ball, where probably the only play would have been first. And really would have been a tough play for Hanson over at third base. Because Matt Hanson was probably going to be, there's probably going to be no shot to get him at second. So Matt Hanson will lead away from first, 1-1 count with 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Pickoff attempt. That goes off the hand, off the glove of the first baseman Graff, and didn't scoot far enough away for Matt Hanson to try and take second. So it stays 1-1. And Post State will take on Bellevue East in the next game. 1-1 pitch. That one's floated into shallow left field. That one's going to drop in for a base hit. Back-to-back bloop singles for Post State. Take them any way you can get them. Now 11 hits in the ball game here for the Eights. And it'll bring up George Stalley. And George Stalley, who is 1 for 3, be looking for another base hit. And with the base hit, could pull the Eights within 1. I would think that the second game of this doubleheader will probably start half an hour prior to what's on the schedule, because this one started 20 minutes ahead. And obviously, this game has to come to an end at a certain time for that to actually be possible. But the Eights are scheduled to play Bellevue East. That's a 6:30 Central Time start. There's a swing and a miss by Stalley, and it's 0-1. It's currently 5:09. So I would think maybe it's going to be more of a 6 o'clock Central Time start. Here's the 0-1. Stalley swings and misses. That pitch was outside off the plate. They miss it now, 0-2. See if Stalley is able to find a way to make contact. The speed that he has makes it tough for a double play to be turned. Jade Wiebe waits on deck. Here's the 0-2. Good take there by Stalley. Gets away from the catcher, Crescent. And it's now second and third with 1 down. Both the runners advance 90 feet. So now Stalley a base hit. Could tie the ball game up. And for now, Barta, he will go from the windup. Here's a 1-2 to Stalley. You get a piece of it, fouls it right behind, bounced over the top of the catcher and umpire. So it remains at 1-2. Wiebe on deck. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Here's the 1-2. That one will be fouled off the arm of Crescent. That one did not feel good. No protection on that elbow. And so the umpire will give Crescent an opportunity to take a breath as he walks out new baseball to Barta. So it remains at 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. 2 runners in score position. Hanson leads away from third, and Krueger leads away from second. Barta gets the sign, and he'll deliver the 1-2. And Stalley out towards right center field. That one will be off the glove of the center fielder. Out towards behind him. And then the right fielder slipped and fell. Both runners will come in to score. Stalley ends up on third base. And this ball game is tied 5-5 here in the 6th. Stalley hustling out of the box. Makes his way over to third base. Ends up being an error. That'll be charged to the center fielder. Are they going to give him a base hit? They're going to give him an RBI triple. 2 RBI triple. Oh, we'll take it. Give Stalley a triple for it. So he's on third base. Wiebe's now got an opportunity to give Post State the lead. First pitch over for strike 1. Wiebe doubled. Also grounded into a double play. On a fine turn by the shortstop. Everybody is in on the infield. This one has popped up, though. And everybody calling for the third baseman will make the catch. And Hanson. And there's now 2 down, and it's up to Johnny Lyons to give Post State the lead. Lyons is 2 for 3, double and a single. In his 3 trips to the plate. Doubled in the first, singled in the 5th. Ball that gets away from Crescent could give Post State the lead again. Here at the top of the 6th, 5-5 our score. Bouncing in for ball one. Good block there from Crescent. Post State has scored the last 3 runs to tie this up. They took a 1-0 lead, down 2-1. They tied up 2-2. Then went down 5-2. And it's now 1-1. And the ground ball that was foul over to the third base side. The bench over there for Fargo all scattered away from it, and Coach White's staring at him saying, hey, you guys got to have that. That one misses inside. It's now 2-1, having a little fun over there. Johnny Lyons, who had the play, he made a nice play coaching first yesterday that the Cheyenne Sixers were having some fun with him over there. That one will bounce in. Another good block there from Crescent. That also did not feel very good to him. He got him up by the shoulder, and the count's now 3-1. Bennett Dean is on deck. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Eights are looking for a lead late in this game. 3-1 pitch. Lyons takes it for a strike, and it's now 3-2. Couldn't pull the trigger. Now Lyons will dig back in. 3-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. The payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop in Rarick. The throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. But not before the Eights score twice on 3 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have played 5.5, and we are tied 5-5. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
It is the bottom of the 6th inning, and we are tied 5-5 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And it will be 9-1-2. Grant Matter, Matt Nelson, and Colby Hanson. I believe it is Hanson that was out there in center field that couldn't make that catch. They gave Stalley credit for a triple. Well, I think more that would have been an error, but they gave him a triple, and we're not going to complain about it. Give him 2 RBIs for it. But the center fielder in Nelson was unable to make that play, which tied the ball game up. So now here is the leadoff man, Grant Matter, the number 9 man in the order for Fargo Post 400 to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch over for strike 1. Brecken Krueger had a 1-2-3 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball. Lions playing inside the brown turf on the infield. He's able to field that, and a quick throw to first retires the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 6th, and we'll bring up now Matt Nelson. Nelson singled and then was retired trying to score, and right now that could be the difference in the ball game. Jane Wiebe made a heck of a play on Hayden Crescent's single. He gets credit for the infield single, but then Nelson rounded second, tried to score, and Wiebe fired a strike, and Hunsley put the tag on Nelson to retire him. First pitch, that one will bounce in and went off the shin guard of the umpire. Hunsley just missed it. So it's 1-0 count here to Matt Nelson. Osbargen was 2 for 2 with an RBI before he was relieved, so the leadoff spot has had 3 of the 9 hits for Fargo Post 400. All 3 of them being singles. He swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch, and now here's the 1-1. And he will golf that one out towards center field, right center where Jack Merkwan has the catch, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th, and it'll bring up Colby Hanson. For Post State, the top of the 7th, they will have 4, 5, and 6. Bennett Dean, Merkwan in the spot for Gary Nedved, and then Grayson Hunsley. Anybody reaches base. And for the A's, it would be nice to have someone reach base so they can maybe try and take the lead in the 7th inning. Jet Zabel would follow. Here's Colby Hanson. He is 1 for 3 with a double. First pitch misses for ball 1. He had the RBI double that got Fargo on the board. Tied up 1-1. Came 3 pitches into the game for Jack Merkwan. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one just misses a little outside, and the count's now 2-0. And he flew out to right field and flew out to center field. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's on the inside edge and taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. Easton Rarick is on deck. And for Post State, looking for him to come up in the bottom of the 7th with nobody on base. Here's the 2-1. That one is out towards right field, down the line, and it will land foul. The count is now 2-2. Tough to see where down in the corner from the 22 press box. We're in the visitors press box, and you can see that field a lot easier. But here in the 22 where the 22 broadcasters are at. A little bit harder to see it down the line. Here's a 2-2. That one will miss low, and it's now 3-2. 22 will play Mitchell in the final game of the round robin before all the place games come up tomorrow. Here's a 3-2 pitch. There's a line shot. Jack Merkwan will come in, slides, and he makes the catch. Fantastic play for Jack Merkwan to retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning for Brecken Krueger. And Post State has an opportunity to take the lead in the top of the 7th. We are tied 5-5 with Fargo. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Little Sweet! Did you miss your exit?
For the 2nd time in a row.
Ooh, 3rd time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet, but forget your phone instead? So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
I'm so ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so sexy. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Top of the 7th. Bennett Dean will lead things off. 4, 5, and 6 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Dean is 1 for 2 so far. Sac fly RBI and also had a single in the top of the 5th. As it counts 2-0 here to Dean. Barta delivers a 2-0 pitch, and Dean will sky it up in the left field. Coming in will be the left fielder, and he makes a shoestring catch. Jaroszewski nearly misplayed that ball, and Dean was nearly a leadoff man to reach base. But instead it's a fly out. And there's one down. It'll bring up Jack Merkwan. Merkwan, who was pitching and then went to center field, takes the place of the DH Gary Nedved. The DH is no longer a part of the ball game for Post State as the first pitch misses for ball one. Nedved finishes the day 1 for 3, or finishes the game 1 for 3 with an RBI. 1-0 pitch is right down the middle. It's now 1 and 1. I have a good feeling that Nedved will be in the lineup for game number 2 of their doubleheader. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's at the knees and taken for a strike, and it's now 1 and 2. Merkwan, then Hunsley. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Fielded by Rarick, the shortstop. The throw is low, but picked out at the turf by the first baseman Graff, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And we'll bring up Grayson Hunsley, who is 0 for 3. The Eights with 12 hits in the ball game. The only inning they were held without a hit was the top of the 4th. Hunsley swings and misses at the first pitch as Barta seems to have picked up a little bit of velocity after coming in the ball game in the top of the 6th. Kind of maybe trying to settle in here. Hunsley on the 0-1 pitch flies it out to the center fielder, and the catch is made by Nelson. And it is a 1-2-3 inning, and the Eights are held without a base runner for the first time all game in an inning. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Eights need the 0 to keep the ball game alive. Tied 5-5. You listen to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bankwest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bankwest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
So back here, bottom of the 7th inning, the Eights tied 5-5 with Fargo, and they have to have a 0 in this bottom of the 7th to have an opportunity to hit in the 8th. But it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Easton Rarick, Caden Graff, and Hayden Crescent will be the first 3 hitters in this bottom of the 7th. Again, the Eights will play again against Bellevue East. Bellevue's 0-3. Miles City finishes their round robin at 0-4. So as long as the Eights pick up a win in the next game, they will play at 10:30. The earliest they will play is at 10:30. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a foul tip. Bounce again to Easton Rarick, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Has hit a home run so far in this tournament. He's got 7 runs driven in for post 400. Hard ground ball, stabbed by first base by Bennett Dean. And the leadoff man is retired by Easton Rarick. Bennett Dean retires him, 3 unassisted. Caden Graff and then Hayden Crescent. Graff at sac fly RBI, he's 0 for 2. Brecken Krueger has retired all 7 that he's faced so far. There's a ground ball. That's past the diving Johnny Lyons. That spoke just a little bit too soon. Stalley will fire into second, trying to take second base. It will be a double. And the ball nearly got thrown away by Matt Hanson, but Bennett D was backing it up. And it is a 1-out double, first base runner against Brecken Krueger now. And here's Hayden Crescent with an opportunity to win the ball game with the base hit. That runner in scoring position, that went right down the third base line. Johnny Lyons went diving for it and just couldn't quite come away with it. And they will intentionally walk Crescent to keep the double play in order. And now Chayton Sen, who is 2 for 3 with a single and a triple, will come to the plate. And Crescent will head to the bench for a courtesy runner, as we will figure out who that is that was courtesy running now this time. It's Oliver Cutt. It's going to be Oliver Lucht that will run. So now here is Chayton Sen. When the runner's at first and second, a ground ball can get you out of this inning. Corners are in. Middle is back for a double play. First pitch is just outside for ball one. Sen was the first man to greet Krueger. Back in the bottom of the sixth. Retired him on a ground ball right back to him. Another ground ball right back to Krueger. Here's the 1-0. That one is flown out to center field. Going back on his Merkwan. Over the shoulder, makes the catch. The runner does not tag up from second. The throw comes in, and it's still first and second here with now 2 down. And there's 2 down, and now we're talking about the potential of rain. So now there's 2 down. And with 2 outs here, they have runners at first and second. There is some rain that's starting to come down. And they're trying to make sure that we have so they're checking the weather with some rain potentially in and maybe some thunder that's been rumbling. Look like they're pointing to me to try and figure it out. I can get you the radar, but there's not a whole lot of rain. There's some storms. It just that the rain that has been kind of going through has just kind of been stagnant and hasn't. It's as it gets farther east, it dies out and out west comes back in. There's a fly ball to center field. Merkwan's going to come in. He will make the catch on the run, and it will retire the side here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and we are headed to extras. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We're not done quite yet here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. We will step aside for a minute. We'll come back with extras. Tied 5-5 between Pierre and Fargo. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At the Y,
Building a home.
We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Milwaukee Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Krueger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Krueger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
So Jed Zabel will lead things off here in the top of the 8th as we are in extras, with the weather potentially finding its way through here, and Zabel will launch the first pitch out to left field, and the left fielder is having trouble finding it, and it will roll all the way to the fence. It'll be a leadoff double for Jed Zabel, and the Aids are in business here to kick things off at the top of the 8th inning. That's the second double of the game for Jed Zabel. He is now 2 for 3 in the ball game, and it brings up Matthew Hanson. With some productive outs, Post-8 can take the lead. And outside of a 1-0 lead in the first game of the tournament that lasts until the third inning. Post State has not led yet so far. And, of course, they had a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first, but it did not last through the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Matt Hanson. He is showing bunt, and he bunts it down the third base line. Perfectly placed bunt, and everybody will be safe, as slipping and falling was the pitcher in Barda. And it will be an infield hit for Matt Hanson, and it's now first and third with nobody out, and it brings up Brecken Krueger. He is the pitcher of record now for Post State. After Jack Merkwan went those 4 innings, giving up those 5 runs, Krueger came in and has gotten zeros in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Post State tying it up, so I guess technically he's not the pitcher of record quite yet, because with a tie ball game, there is no potential of a pitcher of record. But he's got the opportunity to put himself in that spot to pick up a win, because he can help himself out and can drive in that go-ahead run here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the first pitch. Krueger shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes it low for ball 1. He was very late showing bunt. Looked like it was more for show anyway, to try and maybe force a bad first pitch from Barda. Here's the 1-0. Showing bunt, and he bunts that one foul. And he bunts it over the top of the netting and out of play. So the count's 1-1. Runners at first and third, nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning, and the Eights are trying to take the lead. 1-1, Krueger showing bunt. Drops it down, safety squeeze. Sliding in, safe is Jet Zabel at home. The safety squeeze works to perfection. Small ball for the Eights, and they lead it 6-5 here in the top of the 8th inning, and there's still nobody out, first and second. A good flip from the pitcher, Barda. The tag by Crescent, but not in time, as Zabel slid in safely. So it's first and second, nobody out. George Stalley now the top of the order, and Post State can add to this lead with their top of the order up and nobody away. And Post State will at least go in the bottom of the 7th to have their opportunity to win their first ball game of the year. He goes down as an RBI bunt single. Showing bunt again, and bunting it foul was Stalley. They're trying to bunt the ball for the 3rd straight hitter. Small ball for the Eights, trying to win this ball game. Marta comes set from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Stalley showing bunt again. Pulls it back, taking it for a ball. The throw to second's high. They've got now a rundown with the man in Matt Hanson. So now they're going to try and get everybody moving up 90 feet. And they missed the tag. They missed the tag, and Hanson safe at third. Second and third with nobody out. The third baseman, Hanson, I believe it was the third baseman, Hanson, he missed the tag. And the coaching staff of Fargo not happy, but from my perspective, Hanson was underneath and passed when the tag, and of course you can't see that far away. It's well over 100 feet away, 200 feet away from that happening, but and where the home plate umpire's at, I don't know how the home plate umpire can see it any differently. And so now the umpires will get together and talk about it. And now they will not change the call at all. So it's now second and third. Hanson did just a long enough job of staying in the rundown. Brecken Krueger got to second. You could probably hear Brian White yell out and get to second. Or get there, Brecken. So he got to second base. Because if Hanson's out, they at least have a runner at second base. So you don't want a runner at first and Hanson being picked off when he got into the rundown. They will intentionally walk George Stalley to load the bases up with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning, and it's now Jaden Wiebe. Wiebe is 1 for 4 in the ball game. Infield is in all the way around. Fly ball will make it a 2-run ball game. At least a 2-run ball game. That one's just a bit outside, and it's 1-0 here to Wiebe. And the inning is in a potential disastrous for Fargo. And Post State has the potential of a huge inning. That one's on the outside edge. It's now 1-1. 2 bunts in a row. Hanson reached on an infield single and a perfectly placed bunt. Then Krueger on the safety squeeze was able to reach base. 1-1 pitch. That one's taken for a strike, and it's now 1-2 here to Wiebe. He reached on air in the top of the first, came around to score in the sac fly RBI from Dean. He doubled in the third. Ground into a double play and popped out the third baseman. That's outside, and the count's now 2-2 to the 8th second baseman. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Wiebe grounds it up the middle, through for a base hit. 1 run will come in. Krueger around third. He will come in to score. To third base is Stalley. A 2 RBI single for Jaden Wiebe. And the Eights have extended their lead to 3. 8-5 here at the top of the 8th inning. Still nobody away. And Wiebe is now 2 for 4, 2 for 5 in the ball game. And now here's Johnny Lyons. He is 2 for 4 so far. Good base running by George Stalley, rounding second and getting straight to third base without a play. So the Eights have extended and given themselves some room for air in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Rain is coming down a little bit more here at the Fitz. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Instead, check over at first, and Wiebe is back in safely. Johnny Lyons looking for his 3rd hit. It would also be his first RBI of this ball game. Bennett Dean is on deck. Here's the 1-0. Lyons checks his swing, but they say he went around. And it's now a 1-1 count. Again, just a light, steady rain. I haven't heard any rumbles of thunder, but they're checking the weather to make sure there's no lightning in the area. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lyons was starting to call time. Did not get it. The throw was very late. The throw back to third, and Stalley is back at third base. So it's now second and third with a 2-1 count. A stolen base for Wiebe. And Crescent, maybe the ball being a little bit wet, slipped out of his hand and almost hit the pitcher, Barta. But it's still second and third here with nobody out in the top of the 8th. Lyons, that one's fouled off the mask of the umpire. So the count is now 2-2. Lyons with a base hit could drive in 2 and put a handful up on the board for Post State here in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. That one's popped foul. That will get out of play. And we'll do it again here at 2-2. And trying to check the weather here in Rapid City. Yeah, it looks like just a rain shower that will go through. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one is also popped up. This is in play at the third base dugout, and the third baseman Hanson will make the catch. And there's now 1 down. And it will bring up Bennett Dean. Dean has an opportunity to drive in 2 more runs here. Dean, he is 1 for 3. RBI sac fly in the first and also single in the 5th. A fly out victim to center and to left. And they will intentionally walk Bennett Dean to load the bases back up again and then bring up Jack Merquant. So the second intentional walk of the inning. Merkwan now with the bases loaded and one down. He was the starting pitcher, no longer the pitcher of record, but can help out the man that came in to relieve him in Brecken Krueger if he can get a base hit. First pitch is over for strike one to Merkwan. This is the eighth man to come to the plate here for Post State. 3 have scored, 3 are on base. Lyons the only man that retired. 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss low and outside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. The Eights still have another game to play after we're done with this one here. Here's the 1-1. That one is fouled back, and it's now 1-2. Might turn out to be okay that we got started a little bit early. Might even start at the next scheduled start time. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Barta to Merkwan. Chopper. Not going to be enough to get a double play. Rarick, the throw to first, is picked out at first. Good scoop over there at first base by Graff. Another run does come in to score. So it's now a 9-5 ball game with 2 outs. It'll be an RBI ground out for Merkwan. Scoring Stalley. And it's second and third with 2 away for Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley flew out to center field his last trip to the plate. He's 0 for 4. No better time than to get your first hit of the afternoon of the evening. And right now to score 2 runs. First pitch. Checks his swing. He did not go. They will go down to second in a very rare time that we see that the umpire behind the mound will rule it a strike. Here's the 0-1. And Hunsley will get a piece of it and ground it foul. Down to third baseline. The count is now 0-2. Yeah, new baseball here for Barta. Not tell if I believe maybe the rain is stopped here. I think it might be still coming down a little bit here at the Fitz. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Hunsley. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded by Rarick, the shortstop. The throw to first is going to get Hunsley and retire the side. But all 9 men come to the plate for Post State. 4-run score in the inning on 4 hits for the Eights. And it turns into no errors and 2 men left on. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Eights have cushion, up 9-5 over Fargo. Trying to close it out. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and Post State's looking for their first win of 2022. Has a 4-run lead as Brecken Krueger has gotten 3 scoreless innings in relief. Check that. Yeah, 3 scoreless innings in relief and looking for 4 scoreless innings and pick up the first win of 2022. Here for the Eights. Eli Mock, Grant Matter, and Matt Nelson. 8, 9, and 1. So Mock is hit the ball back to Jack Merkwan all 3 times he's been to the plate. First pitch is over for strike 1. Grunted back to him on the mound, popped out to him on the mound, then flew out to center field where Merkwan's playing right now. First pitch was over for strike one. Here's the 0-1. There's a soft liner and just over the outstretched glove of Matt Hanson into center field for a leadoff single for Eli Mock, and he'll bring up Grant Matter. For Post State, again, this is for the eights where you just no walks in this inning. You're up by 4. You got room to work with. And for Brecken Krueger, that's just the second hit that he has allowed. He retired the first 7 men that he faced for a double and intentional walk, then 2 flyouts to end the bottom of the 7th. That pitch is flown out to center field. Merkwan will take a couple of steps back. He'll make the catch. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's down the top of the order, Matt Nelson and Colby Hanson. Eights are 2 outs away from picking up win number 1 of the 2022 season. Nelson is 1 for 2, singled and flew out to center field. Merkwan's been busy out there in center since he's moved from where Brecken Krueger was at. First pitch is in the dirt. Good block there by Grayson Hunsley. Merkwan has made, 6 catches now out in center field. Mock's flown out to him. Nelson, Hanson. It's now 1-1 here to Nelson. Sen and a Fryer, along with the Matter, who just flew out to him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs and now 2-1. And again, Post State will take on Bellevue East, who is up in the stands right now waiting for this contest to come to an end. Here's a 2-1. That one is popped up, shallow center field. Merkwan will come in. He'll make another catch, and there's now 2 down. And Colby Hanson becomes the last chance for Fargo Post 400. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. 15 hits for the Eights, 11 for Fargo. Colby Hanson is 1 for 4. Doubled home the game's first run. And now he stands in as the last chance here for Fargo. First pitch is taken for strike 1. Leading away from first is Mock, who had a leadoff single. Back-to-back fly balls to center field. Gotten 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. That one's out to left field. George Stalley will get underneath it. And for the first time in 2022, rollates. Post State wins it 9-5 in 8 innings. Took him an extra inning to get the job done, but they get the first win of 2022. Back in 2 minutes with a post-game show of Game 1. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lived right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we welcome you back here to the Fitz, game 1 of our doubleheader is in the books, and Post State wins it 9-5 in 8 innings, scoring 4 in the 8th to pick up the win. They were down 5-2 after 3 innings, scored 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and then got 4 runs in the 8th to pick up those 9 runs. George Staley, Jaden Wiebe, along with Brecken Krueger, each had 2 RBIs, and then Bennett Dean, Gary Nedved, and Jack Merkwan each had an RBI to pick up the 9-5 win for Post State. They had an RBI in all 9 of their runs that were scored in the ballgame. Brecken Krueger goes 4 innings in relief, allowing just 2 hits, 1 walk. It was an intentional walk that was issued. He threw just 33 pitches, 23 first pitch strikes, no strikeouts, but he did not allow a run, and Post State was able to pick up a 9-5 win over Post 400 Fargo to win it 9-5 in game 1 of our doubleheader. The Eights will take on Bellevue East here in game number 2 of our doubleheader, and assuming that game will get started, or I guess get started on time. I don't know when they'll get exactly started. Might be a perfect 6:30 Central Time start. Might be a little bit before 6:30, but that's when it was scheduled to begin anyway. We got started a little bit earlier with the game starting at 2:40 locally and ends at 4:54 or 4:50. So in 2 hours and 10 minutes of a ball game that went extra innings for Post State to pick up a 9-5 win over Fargo Post 400. So again, in the ball game, 15 hits for Pierre, 3 hits for Matt Hanson. He went 3 for 4, scoring twice. 2 hits for George Staley, Jaden Wiebe, John Lyons, Brecken Krueger, and Jet Zabel. Strong performances from everybody. Grayson Hunsley and Jack Merkwan, the only 2 that did not record a hit in the ball game in that 9-5 win for Pierre. Jack Merkwan went 4 innings, gave up 10 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, with Brecken Krueger's 4 scoreless innings in relief to pick up the win. Matt Bryant went 5 innings, allowing 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Then it was Barta, Carson Barta, that gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and 3 innings of relief as he took the loss on the mound for Fargo Post 400. So again, we'll be having game number 2 starting right around 6:30 Central Time, as it will be kind of close, maybe a little bit before 6:30 Central Time, but we'll have that for you here on at KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We will end the broadcast here on YouTube. We'll send things back to the studio. We'll hear some weekend news from News Director Zach Nelson, and then we'll come back and have Game 2, get you set for Game 2 between Pierre and Bellevue East, which will be coming up here just maybe a little bit before 6:30. So that will wrap it up here from the Fitz for now. We'll send it back to the studio for a commercial break, have weekend news for you, and then come back and get you set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and now we'll take on Bellevue East. Eights win Game 1 9-5